Hello, everybody. It's Max again with Crypto Talk Now, and I thought I'd go ahead and point out this Celsius article that has made mainstream news in regards to uh, a particular individual who was an investor who just got completely destroyed and who's not able to, take out his investment on the Celsius network along with many other people. So this is not really an update, but it's significant in the regards that this type of news is saddening to say the very least. But nonetheless, let's take a look into it. So as we know, Celsius is crashing. It's been crashing since roughly Sunday. Well, it was down, and then of course there was an epic crash as of Sunday. And here it is Thursday morning, and you still see that nobody can withdraw on the Celsius network. So it states crypto investors, of course, spooked. And again, this is coming straight from the Wall Street Journal. This was actually posted. Trying to see the date. Yeah, June 16th, 5:30 a.m. Eastern. This was about 3 hours ago. Yeah, roughly less than 3 hours ago. This was posted. This is making mainstream news. Um, and I hate to say rightfully so. I mean, it's one of those things in which is going to get covered because it's horrible to see this type of thing going on. Um, and like it says right here, looking back, it seems too good to be true. People with Celsius accounts are no longer able to withdraw their money. Um, there's a story. This person by the name of Mike Washburn, um, in which he felt as though that this seemed like a great thing. Hey, I'm going to put my money in Celsius and I'm going to earn over 19% on the yield and everything's going to be fine. And bottom line, he's not able to do that. He's just hoping basically just get his money back or get something back from it. Take his losses, if you will, on his original investment and be able to even cash out for a loss. Um, it goes on to mention that he had 100,000 in an account at Celsius, and he was recently widowed. This particular person, his name is Mr. Washburn. He has two children. He had to move in with his parents. Of course, he had to play. He was planning on buying a house with his savings. The Celsius account offered him high yields, higher, of course, than the traditional bank, and it seemed very, very appealing to him. Like a lot of other people's stories, right? Like why they got into crypto to begin with and so on. Um, but in this case, the Celsius platform. Um, it says basically that he states, if I don't ever see my money again, it will set me and my children back by years. Yeah, of course. I mean, it's probably his life savings. So deep down, I don't believe there's going to be a good outcome, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope he's wrong too. I'm rooting for him. Um, and then, of course, it goes on to mention some of this in regards to what's going on with Celsius. Um, for instance, it states that Celsius looks like banks in some ways, but they lack the investor oversight and legal protections built into the banks and brokerages. Kind of funny how, well, funny, not haha, but it's kind of funny. The statement right here: Celsius is looking, to protect themselves from a legal perspective. Um, but they didn't look into the whole legal perspective of looking out for investors to a sense. In a blog post Sunday evening, Celsius said it was pausing all withdrawals, as we know, swaps and transfers between accounts, citing, quote, extreme market conditions. The move froze 11 billion in customer assets based on the company's May report. Now, if you're wondering why that is because they had basically they were losing all their liquidity. If they didn't do that, it would have ran to zero. And in reality, let's face it, it's going to probably run to zero anyway. Furthermore, it says it is one of dozens of unregulated lenders that have emerged in recent years, promising what? Of course, high returns to investors willing to lend their digital assets. Celsius, which claims about 1.7 million customers, paid customers annually percentage yields of up to 18.6% on cryptocurrency deposits. Higher interest rates were available to those willing to accept payments in Celsius' own CAL token. Um, Again, you can read the whole article if you want here. There's a lot more to it. It is a pretty interesting article. Again, you even see this part right here where they talk about, again, Terra USD. I know I covered it quite a bit today in regards to the news, but guys, take a look at this. it's horrible, bad news. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but when you see an article like this in regards to what's going on with Celsius and how people still can't withdraw their money, it does, make you think of like a Ponzi scheme to a sense. Um, in that regard. And I hate to throw that term around because some people just don't even know what a Ponzi scheme is, and they just throw around that term too much. But let's face it, at the end of the day, if you were selling people on the idea that if they lend out their money, or in this case their crypto, and they're going to earn a decent yield of 18 to 19%, and there's an extreme crypto crash that you're company didn't account for with Celsius, what's going to happen? There's going to be panic. People are going to go flooding to the gates to grab what they can. And let's face it, sell for a loss. I don't think it's great to sell for a loss, but in this case, you can't blame people for doing so. And so, these people from Celsius should have prepared for these type of situations, and you could tell that they did not. And as a result, we have this huge crash, and now people can't even withdraw for a loss on their network. And I wouldn't even touch Celsius moving forward if they somehow survive this with a 10-foot pole, basically. Um, because, I mean, you want to talk about volatility. I mean, it's more to it than just that. So, anyway, Celsius is sitting at a little over 53 cents. It's currently close to being down about 20% and so on. They are now no longer in the top 100. They're ranked 153. So, guys, that's what's going on with Celsius in regards to the latest news. Basically, the quick gist of it is you still can't withdraw on their network. So, that's the latest. Thanks for watching today's video in regards to Celsius. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. And again, always check out our live show, the Max and Larry Show, Crypto Talk Now. It's a daily show, 7 days a week. On behalf of Crypto Talk Now, this is Maximus. May y'all have a blessed day, and we'll see you on the next one.